of therapy and education and new social skills, that type of thing, which the GP can refer to us if he feels it's required.
Services can be found to help patients with their problems, but sometimes these cases can seem hopeless.
Well, she could have lost her arm. It's really silly.
Yes, I know. But you injected that now down there, didn't you, once?
Yeah, but that's different. Even diving was different from Ritalin.
Ritalin's worse, isn't it?
Yeah, if it's not been filtered.
And also, she injected into an artery as well.
Yeah. That's what caused the trouble.
This patient and his girlfriend are heroin addicts. As you've heard, she almost lost an arm by injecting into an artery. The general practitioner might have felt angry about this self-inflicted injury, but instead, he's helpful and constructive.
You won't take anything into her, will you?
No, no.
Do you want her to get off?
Of course, yeah. I mean, she was going to come off anyway. I was going to go, as you know, I still will go home with her.
You still what, then?
I was still going to the thing, into the...
You were going to go in with her?
Yeah, even though it's pointless.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't taking anything into her. It would defeat the object, wouldn't it? What would be the point of her just staying in there and then reducing her off drugs? If I was going to be taking her something in, it would be pointless.
So this social services case conference is coming up on the 1st of March, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've got to decide what to do.
Having positive attitudes is not enough. All professionals need to see some success. This woman is now an assistant at the hostel that first helped her. She tells the story about the troubles with her husband.
But when he was drunk, he was just really violent. He just used to come in and pick an argument for no reason at all, you know. Then he'd start throwing things around with furniture and that, and then he'd start hitting me. But he always got the children out of bed into the living room to watch me getting battered. He wouldn't do it while the children weren't there. And when I came here, I gradually started to think for myself and think for the children and be able to go to sleep overnight. And the kids went on holidays and parties and things like they'd never done before. The children eventually got better. And, you know, they were very, very helpful indeed. Once I tried to commit suicide years ago. I was that desperate, you know, but now I don't even take a tablet for a headache now. I don't need them at all.
To solve the problems of the patient, one may first have to address the problems of the services. Dr. Heller Jarman talks with a group of young practitioners.
We've got GPs working single-handedly in poor premises, low NHS lists, not accepting difficult patients, but patients can't get on lists. The nurses tend not to work with the GPs. The proportion of attached nurses in inner London is 16%, whereas nationally it's over 70%. They're not forming the primary care teams. What do patients do? They go to casualty, is one of the things they do, or they don't get registered. Now, if you just look at the actual cost consequences of that extra hospitalisation rate as a way of dealing inappropriately with our inner city healthcare problems, the difference between that cost and the average cost is actually many times, several times, the total cost of all forms of primary care. So that if we could only transfer just a small proportion of this excessive, inappropriate hospitalisation of patients to primary care, then we could improve premises, allow GPs to employ extra staff, and in fact generally support the inner city areas. We have a project on at the moment in which we are looking at ways of identifying the most deprived areas based on the census data and weighting the census data according to the survey which we did of the GPs throughout the country. And we hope that it might be possible to tackle the political aspects of this, which of course are very great.
In the survey, a questionnaire was sent to a 1 in 10 sample of general practitioners. They were asked the following. Below is a list of factors which evidence suggests contribute to the pressure of work on general practitioners. Based on experience in your own practice, could you please score each factor on a scale from 0 to 9 according to the degree to which it increases workload or contributes to the pressure of work when it is present. The 78% response to this questionnaire was remarkably consistent throughout the country. Dr. Jarman explains how he is using these results.
This sort of data, actually, I've just got out of the census last night, and I've plotted it on a map for this area, and we've decided to make a composite score adding together the effects of elderly living alone, one-parent families and the like, and we're shading in each area of the map to show which of these different areas have the worst problems. And we hope to be able to use this in planning the services which are provided by the health visitors, the district nurses, and the various members of the practice team. I can show you the map which we have, which has been shaded and coloured to indicate the areas which have the greatest problems in here. The map is covering the whole of Kensington and Chelsea plus Westminster boroughs, and we are going to get it for the whole of the country, in fact, similar maps. There are about 112,000 enumeration districts. And we're doing it both on the basis of an enumeration district, which is 500 people, and a ward, which is about 8,000 people.
Dr. Jarman's practice boundary includes 4 wards and nearly 100 enumeration districts. The average composite score for Kensington and Chelsea is expressed as 0. The higher the score, the higher the concentration of primary care problems.
This block of flats here is a good example. Portman buildings built in 1888, artisans, labourers and general dwellings. This block represents one enumeration district on the census, about 500 people. And we know from the census data that even for this area it consists of a high proportion of elderly people living alone, of one-parent families and of immigrants in particular. And we know from the practice that there are a lot of narcotic addicts, alcoholics. Also, the people in here change house very rapidly. There's a continual turnover of patients. And all of this information is available just on this one single block, one enumeration district, the area covered by one enumerator. And we can use it for planning where the health visitors need to go, how we need to have our practice organisation to distribute our resources and our time, what sort of problems we can expect from the types of people who live in this block of flats here.
The problems of many city dwellers are disquieting. If health teams seek information, organise their resources and learn new skills, the future may be brighter. And not just in the inner cities.